Hello and welcome to Mon County Read Aloud. You're probably wondering what I have on my head, and this would be a dragon. See his spines and his eyes and his big ears. And back here is his spiky tail. I'll show you more about my dragon at the end, but you're probably also asking, why do I have a paper bag on my body? Well, the reason is our story today is about a paper bag princess, and Robert Munsch wrote this and Michael Martchenko drew the pictures. So this is the paper bag princess. And when I opened the front cover, I see that Robert Munsch gave us another little clue as to somebody he wrote this for. This was for an Elizabeth. I don't know who Elizabeth is, but I have an Elizabeth, and I read her this story when she was a little girl, and now that she's all grown up, she reads this story to my grandson, who also enjoys it. So I hope you enjoy it too, because it's a very good story about a clever princess. And this princess's name is Elizabeth. She was a beautiful princess, and she lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald, and there's Ronald, but he doesn't look very interested. Unfortunately, something happened. A dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Oh dear, how embarrassing. What is she going to do for clothes? Well, Elizabeth decided she was going to trace that dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing that she could find that was not burned was a paper bag. How did that paper bag not get burned? I have no idea. But she put it on and followed that dragon. And he was not hard to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest and horse's bones all over the place. She looks determined. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took a hold of the knocker and banged on the door, and the dragon stuck his nose out the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten the whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost caught her nose. Elizabeth grabbed that knocker again, banged on the door again, and the dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait," said Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Well, yes it is." "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge breath and he breathed out so much fire that he burned up 50 forests. Oh dear. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. "That's magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath. But this time, all that came out was nothing. The dragon didn't have even enough fire left to cook a meatball. Oh my goodness. Elizabeth said, "Now, dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds? Why, yes, said the dragon, and he jumped up and flew all around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Oh, that's fantastic, do it again!" And off he goes again. She's waving goodbye. What do you think? Is he going to do it in 10 seconds? Well, the dragon jumped up and flew off and around the world, but it took him 20 seconds that time. And when he got back, he was just too tired to talk. And he lay down and went straight to sleep. Look how tired he is with his tongue hanging out. Oh my goodness. He is poofed. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon!" And the dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside, and she shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired he didn't even move. Do you see who's in the window up there? That's it. That's Prince Ronald. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave, and there was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes, your hair is tangled, and you're wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you're dressed like a real princess." I don't know about you, but if someone came to rescue me, I'd say thank you. "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you are a toad." They didn't get married after all. And look at her. She looks happy. She's running off into the sunset. I wonder where she'll go. I wonder what she'll do. But that's the end of the story. So you can come up with that idea yourself. Now let me show you my dragon, who is much more polite and does not burn up forests. He's very good at roasting marshmallows, though, for a s'more. That's what he's good at. But if I put my hand in the top of my hat, I can open his mouth like this, and I can put my hand in the other side, and then I have his tail. So my hat turns into a puppet. I hope you've enjoyed our story today about the Paper Bag Princess by Robert Munsch.